Hey, Typical Hunks Adventure here. Just kind of hanging out in the car waiting. I do have it running, so I apologize if there's too much background noise coming on from having the AC on, but I just want to talk about how I've been listening to a lot of 90's music lately. Maybe it's a coping mechanism for me with, bringing thoughts of nostalgia back in from my childhood and, things like that. Simpler times, maybe where I didn't have responsibilities and things like that. And of course, I've always been fascinated with the 80's, being born in 89, but, not really grown up in the 80's, but always loved 80's music and stuff like that. And never really appreciated 90's music, but maybe that's just because I, lived through the 90's, and I didn't need to, feel need to go back to those, or maybe it's because I wasn't consuming as much, being a child in the 90's compared to when I was, more of a teen and stuff like that. But 90's music. I know the songs, know a lot of them. Granted, a lot of them are, the hits and things like that, because as a kid we just listened to whatever was on the radio, which in my case a lot of pop, some rock, hip hop, things like that, a lot of boy bands and things of that nature. But yeah, just never really got into listening to a lot of 90's music. Like I said, I would know the songs, but I didn't really know a lot of the artists, except for some of the bigger ones. Otherwise, you'd just hear the songs and you'd wonder, a lot of them might be one-hit wonders. Maybe they had a couple, but you didn't realize they were the same artists and things like that. But yeah, recently I've been getting back more into it. Now there are a couple of bands and songs that I've liked to listen to throughout the years. I think for me right now, Sugar Ray has been a big one. There's a lot of hits that I've liked by them, especially the song Someday. I've always liked the song One Headlight by the Wallflowers. And just a lot of really good songs came out in 1999. A lot of them kind of talking about, things going on in the world, maybe, the world's ending, things like that. Probably due to Y2K, but I kind of see some similarities even, in present day, and, certain things can resonate. But overall, just really good music, and, I've just been appreciating it a bit more, and maybe just how it, hits in terms of, nostalgia and remembering certain times, maybe when I, first heard those songs, or just the times where I listened to them. Maybe I was out swimming, or in the skating rink, or just, whatever it may be. It's been really hitting in terms of that. But one genre I never really did get too big into was 90's rock. Maybe it just reminds me of times where I'd be, sitting in the back seat of my parents' car on long drives, which were never fun. And maybe that's kind of where that correlates, and it reminds me of that, so I don't want to listen to that as much. But yeah, my wife, she's always been big into 90's rock, and probably more things outside of that, but so I've never really given a lot of it a chance. And now that you hear it from time to time, in the past it was mainly Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I think that game is based in 1992, so you'd hear some of that music in that game, I remember the song growing up. But outside of that, now you hear, certain 90's songs being used in commercials and ads. Outside of that, you still hear while you might be out shopping or dining and, things of that nature. So, hearing little bits of it here and there, it's I like that song, I should go look that song up. It's kind of got me thinking about that as well. And you'd also occasionally hear it with, certain music artists that might remix or use samples from 90's songs, and be I know that song, and maybe go back and re-listen to that as well. But I've realized, it is a piece of my life that I've probably suppressed for quite a while, with just thinking about I don't want to listen to this genre for this reason. But now I'm all for it, and I'm trying to embrace it. And I've been listening to a lot of it lately, trying to relive and remember certain moments, and maybe connect with the music a bit more, and just really appreciate it. But with that said, just a quick, short car chat. Just thought I'd share that I've been appreciating more of the 90's music that I grew up with. Maybe 10 years from now, maybe I'll appreciate the 2000s or something, music that I grew up with as well. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Do share if you have anything that, you know, brings nostalgia for you, whether it's music or maybe something else that you've picked up, you know, that was like a pastime at one point. So, but yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.